Ahead tonight, two men accused of the attempted murder of a veteran police officer make a first appearance in court today.
It's Patrons Day. We'll tell you how Prime Minister Christie observed the day with a few lucky students.
And the Lutherans fighting to save an historic piece of land. The National Report starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley.
And I'm Kendino Knowles. As always, it's good to have you with us.
Topping the news tonight, days ahead of the scheduled return home of Police Superintendent Clayton Fernanda, the men accused of ambushing him at his home before opening fire appeared in court today for arraignment.
A 22-year-old and a 23-year-old are accused of leaving the veteran officer with severe injuries. And apart from 3 attempted murder charges and a separate murder charge, the duo is also facing 53 armed robbery charges. Fern Carey was in court for the proceedings.
Chained at the ankles and wrists and under heavy police guard, 23-year-old Maurice Ambrister in the green shirt and 21-year-old Balls Alley resident XL Josie in the gray sweatshirt arrived at the Nassau Street Magistrates Court. The duo is facing attempted murder and attempted armed robbery charges for allegedly trying to rob and kill Superintendent Clayton Fernanda last Wednesday. Fernanda had just arrived in the driveway of his St. Vincent Road home when he was shot multiple times about the body by 2 masked men in an apparent robbery attempt. He was airlifted to the U.S. last week for further medical care. During a press conference at police headquarters this morning, Police Commissioner Ellison Greenslade noted that Superintendent Fernanda is recovering in a Florida hospital and getting stronger every day. However, he said the senior officer is expected to return home this weekend.
I've spoken to him several times and I've received personal statements from him as to how he feels. He is strong. Each day he is getting stronger. He is conscious of the fact that he has a long way to go. No amputations have taken place. We are hoping and praying that none will take place. Doctors here in New Providence did an extremely good job in sewing together those fingers and that palm and trying to keep it together with bandages. He has followed the instructions of his doctors dutifully, and as an extension in Florida, the doctors have been working in concert with his doctors here to ensure that he follows meticulously the instructions that are given. On Thursday, we will be hearing from him directly subsequent to his visit to doctors again at Jackson in Florida, and a decision then will be taken as to the next steps.
Meantime, during today's court proceedings, Ambrister and Josie were formally charged with attempted armed robbery and attempted murder. Ambrister was also charged separately with possession of an unlicensed .45 pistol and possession of 29.45 bullets, charges he denied. Following the arraignment, both defendants complained to their attorney, Roberta Reckley, that they were beaten by police, threatened with death by officers, and denied access to an attorney while in custody. Their complaints were noted by Chief Magistrate Roger Gomez, who ordered that they see a doctor. Meantime, the prosecution will proceed by a voluntary bill of indictment, which means the case will be sent directly to Supreme Court. Now, bail was denied and the 2 defendants were remanded to prison. The case has been adjourned. Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
There is some good news and some bad news in the fight against crime. It was all revealed today by the police commissioner as he detailed crime statistics for the first 3 months of this year.
Now, year-to-date figures show that the number of murders recorded so far this year are down significantly when compared to the same period last year. In fact, the commissioner announced that overall, major crimes are down by 13%. The commissioner gave a breakdown of the new stats during a briefing at the police headquarters this morning.
Crimes against persons are down by 1%, and the crimes against property are down by 16%. Of significance is the fact that murders are down by 26% over the same period for last year. Attempted murders are down by 60%, again over the same period for last year. Rape is down by 7%. Unlawful intercourse down by 14%. Robbery down by 3%.
Now, while statistics show an overall decrease in major crimes, there were some areas outlined in the stats that showed a minor increase in the numbers.
Attempted robbery is up marginally. 8 recorded in 2012 and 11 recorded so far for 2013, a marginal increase. Significant increases have been noted in the property crimes category. Burglaries are down by 28%, house breakings down by 26%, shop breaking is up by 10%, again marginal, 233 recorded in 2012 as compared to 256 recorded in 2013. Stealing is down by 4%, stealing from vehicles down by 21%, and stolen vehicles down by 13%.
Police are reporting a major drug bust in Exuma today. Commissioner of Police Alison Greenslade said Exuma Police Drug Enforcement Unit officers along with personnel from OPAT were involved in the operation.
A while ago, police officers in Exuma, along with members of the Drug Enforcement Unit and our colleagues from OPAT, recovered 300 pounds of marijuana in Exuma. This investigation is active. It is very, very sensitive. We expect to do a lot more positive work in regards to this particular information that I'm giving you, and for that reason, I'm not able to give you any more details.
Prime Minister Perry Christie is reiterating his stance on the closure of web shops. He told reporters today that the matter is in the hands of police, and if they need legal advice, the Attorney General can help. The Prime Minister added that he's not offset by opposition criticisms.
I can only assume, see, we are a country of laws, and we're a country where the police are responsible for enforcing the laws of the Bahamas. If they see wrong, if they know wrong, if they apprehend wrong, they know what their job is. And I can't insinuate myself in saying, go and arrest this one and arrest that one. They are police officers. The police office is a well-trained, well-led organization. And, you know, this whole thing about the leader of the opposition, you know what he can do. You know, let him have a swim.
Prime Minister Perry Christie has expressed disappointment over the outcome of the proposed mortgage relief plan, which has yet to yield any results for distressed mortgage holders. It was revealed last week by State Minister for Finance, Michael Halkitis, that no one had benefited from the program so far. Today, Mr. Christie told reporters this isn't what his administration expected, as it had worked with banks with the expectation of assisting distressed homeowners.
With the banks. The people who were advising us and helping us prior to the elections and who were in discussions with the bank, these are professionals in the private sector. We're meeting with them as well as with the leaders of the banks who we've discussed matters with to see how we can advance ourselves in that regard, because at the end of the day, it's about getting people the relief. And so when Mr. Halkitis made the point that the banks made adjustments and many more people who are in default have been relieved of, have saved their houses, we have to be able to thank the banks for that.
Now, the Prime Minister said that the government is still considering its options in regards to the plan, and it is something that he now has to get personally involved in.
I think the program has been a catalyst for things happening in the private sector, but with respect to the program itself, I had anticipated myself that the 300-400 who are qualified for assistance would have received it from us. So I'm disappointed twofold, really. One, with respect to that we were fine-tuning before we gave it to them, as opposed to giving relief. So because, my view is, if there are 400 and you expected 1,500, then take care of the 400 and let the rest come to you. So I'm going to get personally involved in that now.
In our first look at weather, satellite pictures showing mostly dry conditions over the 700 island, with the exception of Grand Bahama, which experienced some showers and thunderstorms for a goodly part of the day. But outside of our studios just now, we have partly cloudy skies, temperature 81 degrees, relative humidity 74%. Your winds out of the east-northeast at 8 knots, barometric pressure 1,018.0 millibars, that's 30.06 inches, and it is steady. But stay tuned, temperatures around the Family Islands, travel and boating forecast is still to come.
Tonight, students telling the stories of former principals on this Patrons Day.
Plus, the Bahamas and Jamaica teaming up. We'll tell you why.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Shell Helix Ultra. Performance you can see.